You're watching Founders and Visionaries.
Feed the Hunger is really a manifestation of the physical hunger that people have, but also the hunger of the mind and of the spirit, and of how people coming together through our foundation can make a difference in the lives of others.
Internationally, we started working in Inner Mongolia. We just funded a program in Liberia and Africa, and the third place that we'll be looking at is in Latin America.
We do this by using microloans as a way for community building to take place. Loans to people who typically would be considered unbankable. Those who do not have the resources, who do not have the collateral, to be given the opportunity to grow a business, to enable a dream to be fulfilled.
There are people and there are models of microfinance that really exist to make profit, and that is to make a profit off of poor people. We have found that this population has a very high repayment rate. And because they'll pay back the loan, because they have to, this is their livelihood, they don't really have a choice whether they succeed or not. People have seen this as a way to make huge profits for themselves. Patty and I did not come at this work with that background at all. We came at this to alleviate hunger and to help poor people. So for us, a loan is a loan is a loan. What's more important is what the loan does.
These loans are all about building community. Women come together once a week. And it's not just to repay the little bits of interest on their loan. It's to come together so that in a small group, we may each provide a bag of rice so that this week you will be able to take home the 7 bags and know that you will have enough to feed your family. And next week, it will be someone else's turn. It's women coming together to join in song, to join in dance, to rebuild the very communities sometimes that wars have ripped apart for the last 20 years. Our Liberian microfinance partner, when she started to make small loans to people, what she saw were beggars on the street. Now everyone around her said, "Ma'am, that is a bad idea." When Denise and I went to visit, these beggars were no longer begging. What they did was they bought large bags of charcoal and they broke them up into smaller bags because from their laps, they're able to sell these small bags for mere pennies. And the amount of pride that they had was incredible. We believe in investing in human capital, in human resources, and not to necessarily have that be purely a dollar sign. So many of the wonderful things that we've learned internationally, the strength of communities, the ability of individuals to be resilient, are really many of the strengths that we have here at home in Hawaii. And we saw this as an opportunity to have lessons shared and to bring our finance work home.
So in Hawaii, we thought we'd look at some of the issues, economic issues that people are struggling with. And what we came up with was the fact that 90% of our food is imported, while 80% of our food is exported. Add to that the fact that what is produced locally is often inaccessible and unaffordable to low-income communities. And add to that the fact that there are very few resources that encourage and promote low-income individuals to become entrepreneurs in this food chain. And lastly, there really lacks an infrastructure in Hawaii for a sustainable food system. The goal of our Food for Thought program is to provide low-income individuals who have businesses anywhere in the food system, from compost producers to aquaponic farmers, to agricultural farmers, all the way to farmers markets, caterers, and lunch wagons.
Lisa, you being a second-generation farmer, raiser of livestock, are really exactly what the islands need to be successful and to be much more food secure. So you're our inspiration as well.
Well, I don't know about that, but we're trying our hardest,
Sure.
you know.
And we'd love to partner with these farmers that you're talking about, because it's not just the small independent farmer that's starting up, but it's also some of the farmers or food producers or distributors who may already exist.
Totally.
We just need a little bit more to get their businesses up and running a little bit bigger.
It's just a very exciting time, I think, right now. And then giving people a livelihood as well.
Yes.
Yeah, a livelihood, a real livelihood, not not working at some 9 to 5 office, with no childcare.
Right.
Because there's so many people here in Hawaii that are passionate, who want to get involved with the food system, who want to have healthier food for themselves, their families, and their communities, and yet they lack that little bit of capital to really have the opportunity to grow their businesses. It's allowing them to live their dream.
And I really like the model that you guys are creating with the microfunding, because it's almost like setting up a way for it to be self-perpetuating. Was that always your idea behind the foundation?
Absolutely. But we saw this as an opportunity where it was a more sustainable model, where when people pay back, we get a little bit for overhead, and then that makes the loan fund grow and we can make more loans to more people.
And we know that the new economy is based on small entrepreneurship.
It totally is.
And so our investment on this small level will really bloom not just for Hawaii, but globally.
And another thing that we are looking forward to partnering with you on is how we can make it such that the farmers markets, all the farmers markets, accept food stamps.
Yeah.
Because it is healthy food.
It's totally healthy food, and everybody needs that access. Everybody needs to be eating food that's grown locally.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's also food that's grown is from people's culture as well.
Yes, that's right. Right.
And it's also bringing people home to being able to cook.
ดีนะครับขอบคุณหลายที่ว่าโครงการที่ว่าให้เงินมาสนับสนุนที่ว่าการเกษตรแล้วก็มาเลี้ยงปลาอินเทอร์เน็ตเลี้ยงปลานี่ผมขอบุญแทนคุณหลายครับที่เป็นทุนให้ครับ
He said thank you to the Feed the Hunger to give him this opportunity, the loan that he could not find anywhere else, because he just freshly turned from trafficking victim and become T visa that has no credit. Everything is due by cash. So nobody will loan him. So he said, thank you again to give him this opportunity to start his business, and he will try to do it good.
Thank
you.